welcome to another episode of Ageless Women Cooking.
And once again, we're wearing some cute little sugar baby aprons, and we also have these really darling pot holders. But we don't need those today, so we're going to toss those away. Today, for you chocolate lovers, I invented a new recipe.
I'm excited about this recipe. Deanna told me about it over the weekend, and I said, save me a piece, I want to try it. And as soon as I got here today, it is now one of my favorites.
And here's the thing, key ingredient, which is frequently a key ingredient in many of our recipes, coconut oil. You can all benefit from getting at least a tablespoon of coconut oil in your diet every day. Now, from cooking to in your smoothies, but I don't always have a reason to use coconut oil every day. So what better reason than having a piece of healthy chocolate?
I mean, it's probably the best reason, right?
Now, it's not a calorie-free recipe, but it's a recipe that's truly going to feed your brain and body. And if you take it in moderation, no more than an ounce, it's a healthy way to get chocolate. So what I'm doing is equal parts of coconut oil. I'm going to scoop out half a cup, Robin, right into this separate little red container. And the reason is I want to mix the chocolate first with the coconut oil.
Okay.
Now, it's summertime, so my coconut oil is completely liquid right now. In the winter, you're going to have to make sure that it's completely liquid for this process. So as I said, equal amounts. I'm going to have you grab that little red container and the spatula and start stirring that mixture. Now, this is unsweetened cocoa powder, very healthy. I get mine at a health food store nearby here in California called Sprouts. It is only 10 calories per tablespoon. So you're not getting a lot of your calories in this. Show them how dark and rich that is getting.
So this really combines well. It's very easy. There's no clumps or bumps in it, and it's such a rich, dark chocolate here that it just makes you want to just drink it up.
So what I love about it is you're not going to do anything with a mixer. It's very simple, but make sure that you take your organic peanut butter and let it sit at room temperature. Most of us put our good quality peanut butters in the refrigerator. You want it to be nice and warm.
Can I just talk about peanut butter for a
Yes.
second, Deanna? We only use peanut butter that is organic, and also we look for peanut butter that uses Valencia peanuts. Two reasons. Peanuts are one of the most heavily sprayed pesticide crops around, and they're also they have a high tendency for mold. So therefore, they also use fungicides on them. So the Valencia peanuts come from New Mexico, much drier climate, so they don't have the problem with the mold. So an organic, so you're going to be looking at a peanut butter that doesn't have all of those toxins and chemicals all over it.
And again, really simple recipe. Half a cup of cocoa, half a cup of coconut oil, half a cup of high quality peanut butter. Now the only reason I mix it in here is I want to mix it with the honey and the salt, and I'll talk to you about the salt in just a second, just to get it really well blended. Again, we're just going to use 2 little containers.
And Deanna, what if somebody has a peanut allergy? Could they use almond butter?
Absolutely.
Or sunflower butter?
You can use any nut butter. If you love peanut butter, the peanut butter will give a more substantial taste. You notice the flavor of it. I'm kind of a peanut butter girl, but quality is really important. So the next 2 ingredients, raw honey and salt, are going to vary in amount depending on your taste. Robin and I don't love things overly sweet, and obviously we want to control the amount of sugars in our diet a bit. So if you can go with a little bit less sweet, I think you're going to be surprised how satisfying it can be. So Robin, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons. I'm going to let you do that.
Okay.
Again, always quality ingredients. Raw, organic honey. I love how salt brings out the flavor. You know, a lot of the chocolate companies are doing like salted caramel chocolate, things like that, and you start to notice that you can enjoy the richness and flavor of the chocolate without so much sweet. So I've got just a dash. I would say less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm actually not even going to put the whole amount in there because my peanut butter is salted, so you can decide on that. And now we're just going to mix all of this up. And just get your peanut butter and honey super well blended. Next, Robin's just gonna grab that chocolate mixture and start pouring it in here for me. And before you add any more honey, you're gonna get this mixture completely combined and you're gonna taste it.
It's looking
Oh
good.
my gosh, you know, this is so much healthier than a Reese's peanut butter
Oh my
cup.
gosh.
And it's gonna get nice and solid in the fridge or the freezer super quickly. Here's one little thing though. You have to leave it there. You take it out and you eat it when you're ready because it melts. It does melt quite quickly, but this coconut oil firms up so fast. Okay, let's go ahead and put the rest in. It mixes so easily. This seriously takes you 5 minutes. So if you have a little chocolate craving and you want to be in control but have something healthy, have these ingredients around. Make a small amount. You can do this whole recipe or you could do a half a recipe.
Now, Deanna, do you like yours in the refrigerator or in the freezer?
Well, what I did the very first time I made this is I put it right in the freezer just to see how fast it would set up. And seriously, within about 5 minutes, it was set up. If you'll hand me that pan, Robin, we're going to do a little taste, but I just poured it in the pan, threw it in my freezer, and it just set up so fast. And then I could cut it up into nice little chunks, about a ½ ounce chunks. Time for you to do a little taste.
I'm just going to taste with
Yep,
this end.
That's okay. And tell me.
Because this end has honey on
Yeah,
it still.
Tell me if you think that's sweet enough.
I think so.
Okay,
You
so
better taste it.
my turn. I'll just use my little finger right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Plenty sweet. And that salt helps you get away with less sweetness.
Yes.
So see how beautifully mixed up that is. Just creamy chocolate, which I suppose you could probably use a couple other ways. We're gonna pour this right in here. And this is, you know, this is just a regular 8x8 little Pyrex pan. Anything flat, so
Wow.
easy. Smooth and pretty. Into the freezer it will go. And we're gonna cut it up. Wish you could taste it with us, but when you make it, you'll really enjoy it. Alrighty, pop this chocolate in the freezer for about 10 minutes.
Looks like a brownie, actually.
It does. Really nice and solid. See that? Okay, so this little chocolate recipe is a bit of a work in progress. There's some really good news. It tastes
Awesome.
great. The bad news is because we wanted something smooth and creamy, again, the coconut oil, it firms up fast, good news. Bad news, it melts really fast. This is not something that you make for company. You sit out on a little candy dish and
It'll be a sloppy mess.
it will melt. But oh my, the minute you put it in your mouth, it just melts and it's delicious. This little serving is 1 ounce. See, it's just on a little like dessert paper plate. That's how much you could eat a day, 150 calories, probably about a tablespoon of coconut oil, rich and delicious and satisfying. But again, this is something you just keep in your freezer. It took about 15-20 minutes to set up before you can cut it. Now Robin came up with a brilliant idea.
We had a little bit of a challenge in cutting it and getting it out in squares without it breaking. Last time when Deanna made it, she had put it in plastic. Came out much easier.
Like a little Tupperware.
We had put it in glass and it was sticking and breaking, but guess what I suggest that you do is just lay parchment paper on the bottom of your pan, pour it in, and then you can just pull it up and pull it off.
So we just
get
need
to
to
eat
have
this?
one more little taste to confirm that it is delicious. It's worth the melt. It's worth the calories. It's great for your brain, great for your body.